Hello and welcome to my lecture on hepatitis B serologies. In hepatitis B serologies, you're dealing with 4 possible situations and about 3 to 4 lab values. Memorizing each situation will not help you that much because you have a lot of overlap between the 4 situations. The 4 states that you need to know are natural immunity, vaccinated, chronic infection, and acute infection. I ask that you not consider the window period in your initial study. I will have a video about it after this video. There are 3 things that you should memorize. The first is that anti-HBs is only positive in a non-infected person who was previously exposed to hepatitis B. So that means that someone who is vaccinated can have the anti-HBs positive, and someone who had recovery completely from a prior infection could also have anti-HBs positive. So you have 2 situations where you have anti-HBs positive, and that is a vaccinated person and someone with natural immunity to hepatitis B. Presence of HBsAg means a current infection, which means that you cannot have HBsAg positive in a vaccinated person or someone with natural immunity. Anti-HBc means that there was ever or is an infection. So it's present in 3 out of 4 are 4 states. Obviously, it will be present in an acute or chronic infection, but it's also present in someone with natural immunity. And it would be absent in someone who has been vaccinated. And I just want to remind you that in the evolution of an infection, the IgM is the first immunoglobulin that appears. Therefore, when you're differentiating between acute and chronic hepatitis, it's likely that the IgM would be positive in the acute state and the IgG would be positive in the chronic state. So here's my elementary version of the infamous table. And for vaccinated, the only serology that's positive is anti-HBs, because that means that the person was exposed to the virus but is not infective. A naturally immune person would also have the anti-HBs positive because he was exposed to the virus but is not infected. But he also has the anti-HBc, which is like a tattoo that says that he had the infection. The acute infection would have the HBsAg positive because it's an infection, and the anti-HBc because remember, anti-HBc is a tattoo you get as soon as you develop the hepatitis infection. But it also has the IgM anti-HBc positive because it is in the acute state. Compare the chronic infection to the acute infection, and the only thing that's different is that the IgG is the antibody present as opposed to the IgM in the acute infection. And that is the end of my overview of hepatitis serologies.